Sony messing up with this terrible strategy, which if you've been on my channel, you know I never liked this strategy from the get-go.
Well, it doesn't matter what you like.
And my last video, I already have my thoughts on it. And if you fast forward, they'll have the end card. You could just click on it if you want it easier.
This man is in shambles, bro. Just give it up already, man. PlayStation fanboys, just take your L. But we got 70 million hardware sales. Go ahead, bro, because we're tired of hearing the same argument, man. 12 canceled games, bro? Are you serious? All that time and money that Sony wasted. And guess what? The PS5 generation is a joke now. Because the only time we're going to start seeing games from PlayStation is with the PlayStation 6. So that kind of beats the purpose as to why a lot of consumers bought one. We bought a PS5, well, for the real gamers out there, to play Sony's very own personal exclusives. So when you guys say that third party, who cares, bro? Who cares? Because these same games that you're talking about third party are going to end up on Xbox or PC anyway. It doesn't matter. But you guys can keep baby steps.
But I want to know how Xbox fanboys think this is a victory for them.
I want to know how Xbox games going to PlayStation is a victory to y'all. Because at the end of the day, you're not getting them day and day, bruh. You still got to wait. And on top of the fact that you have really no games to play, the Xbox is just looking like a more appealing device, and you PlayStation fanboys know it. That's why you capping to play some old Halo Master Chief Collection games from 15 to 25 years old. And you guys act like that's some form of a victory too. So let's not act like you're not the same fanboy that engages in a lot of these so-called quote-unquote console wars, because you know you do. And the funny thing is, why would you buy Halo since it's, well, I mean, you can play it by yourself, but it's a multiplayer game. And I thought you said you was against those.
What did you guys win? What did you win?
This man's hurt, bruh. He needs some milk.
Because I see it. I'm watching content from Xbox guys, Xbox dudes, Xbox fanboys, and they're all jumping and cheering. What are you guys jumping and cheering about?
Just like how you guys cheer about playing Xbox games on PlayStation. I mean, you're acting as if you don't do the same thing. Are we going to sit there and act like you didn't sit there and had a whole parade about when Redfall failed? You guys didn't sit there and say, oh, well, I don't like Xbox, but that's unfortunate that the game failed. No, you guys laughed at every single failure. And rightfully so. Now Xbox or whoever is doing it back to you, and now you got a problem with it. So it's like, if this is the type of personality that you want to carry yourself, well, carry it regardless if you win or you lose. At the end of the day, I feel like the gamers lost because that could have been potential people that wanted to play those games. But still, maybe not enough to support a live service and subscription. But Sony needs that money, man. They're bleeding money. You guys using these hardware sales as a crutch to say that Sony's doing well when their software is at an all-time low, nobody's really buying anything for it besides Fortnite skins, goes to tell you that you people don't really know the market like you claim you do.
This doesn't help Xbox. You get nothing.
Well, it doesn't help PlayStation either because you get nothing.
Most of you already admit your console sucks. So I don't, explain to me.
Well, this just gave them more of a reason to want to play it now.
How you guys feel you achieved some type of victory. Most of you some of you don't even play on the console anymore.
I mean, I play on both devices. Actually, I've been playing my PS5 more than my Xbox Series X. Are you happy, Puerto Rock? I've actually been enjoying, but most of it's been just old school retro games and third party. So I guess that's still another L for Sony.
So you, with your own money and time, made the determination your Xbox console sucks. You made that decision.
Well, it definitely don't suck after this year, bro. 2025 is looking quite promising for Xbox, and that's why you ponies are upset.
Some of you don't play on the Series X no more. You moved on to PC.
Doesn't matter. You're still a part of the Microsoft ecosystem. Microsoft don't care, man, where you go. As long as you're supporting their games, they don't care.
Because the Series X sucks. You admitted that. Okay? You guys are now starting publisher wars. It's not about what's Microsoft making games for your own platform.
They are. Microsoft is still continuing to make games for their platform, even though maybe on a case-by-case basis they might drop some on PlayStation. And who cares, bro? Sony's doing the same thing by dropping games on PlayStation 5 and putting them on PC.
To make your own platform look good.
Oh, here we go. It's got to make it look good. What do you mean by looking good? Because Astro Bot selling 1.5 million, that don't look good, especially considering that was the game of the year. Now I see why Black Myth Wukong developers is calling cap on that, because they're like, our game sold 10 million and we didn't win Game of the Year. Instead, we got Player's Choice. Well, if we got the Player's Choice, then we should have got the Game of the Year, because the players are the ones that play in the games.
Now you're bragging about how Xbox games is going to sell on PlayStation.
Yeah, they are going to sell well on PlayStation. I'm telling you, Sony is cannibalizing their own library, bro. This is not good news for Sony, man. I be trying to tell you, man, PlayStation is losing their own identity. You got Microsoft, Bobbity, Phil Spencer putting M's all on all these consoles' heads. It's ridiculous.
You guys are doing that. So how is Sony having a bad strategy? And it is bad. It's a terrible strategy. They should.
It's not that it's a terrible strategy. It has more to do with the fact that this is what they have to do to stay afloat. This is what I've been trying to tell you. That live service and subscription, that money, that concurrent money is very important to these companies. And for you guys to say that it's not a good approach, well, guess what? It is. Because while they're continuing to get money off the live service subscription, where do you think that can get funded to? Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl. Back into the single-player games. So for you guys to sit there and say, oh, it's not beneficial to Sony, well, we also have to talk about all the other single-player failures that Sony's had in the past 4 years.
At a minimum, they should have not went that hard. They should have kept it light.
Well, at least he said that.
They should have kept it simple. Maybe 3-4 projects for this gen. Wait another gen.
Or how about actually coming out with something that people cared about, like The Last of Us multiplayer and the Marvel Spider-Man Great Web.
3-4 more. The whole 12 right off the get-go. Terrible strategy. How are you guys look with your chest up proclaiming some type of victory? How? This doesn't change anything, right? Sure, Sony's going to have to bounce back, right?
And they just lost a load of money with this whole thing that they just decided to cancel.
Re-strategize, which I think that's what they're doing, right?
I mean, re-strategize it. How so? Because Marathon is still being developed and Sony has every plans to release it.
In the meantime, I don't understand how you guys feel like you get a W. Nothing's happening for Xbox.
I don't know how you feel like you're trying to spin this round as a W for PlayStation, because those same games that got canceled for PlayStation ain't coming to not even your own console.
It's not like, what, you think Sony's now all of a sudden is going to strategize and be like, we might have to start putting games on Xbox now.
They already have. Marathon is actually originally planned to be coming out for the Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PC. That's so funny that you say that. That's a Sony game that they own, Bungie, and that game is coming out on Xbox, PS5, and PC as a multi-platform title from Sony. So for you people to say, oh, I don't know why they bought Activision if they're going to put the game elsewhere, then why did Sony buy Bungie if they're going to put their games elsewhere either? I just exposed you, bro. You have no argument. You just went as far to say that, oh, well, Sony going to re-strategize? I mean, Sony put Lego Horizons on Switch. That's something that Sony just normally wouldn't do, bro. Y'all know this, man. Why y'all acting like y'all ain't getting backdoor too? You guys are all going through the same consequences. It is what it is, bro. Gaming is dead for you. Go ahead. Go cry me a river, man.
You think that's going to happen? You think that's what's happening?
It's already happening. Marathon is dropping on Xbox. That is a PlayStation game. Unless you guys are going to find a way to say that Sony don't own Bungie now all of a sudden.
Your games is going to PlayStation.
But when, though? Do you know when these games are coming to PlayStation? Because I'm not sitting here disagreeing with you. I think Microsoft will drop more games on PS5. Now, the question is, which games are we getting? Because if I want to play Gears Day and it's only on Xbox for a time being, well, guess what? Where do you think I'm going to play the game? Ding, 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 ding. Good answer. I'm going to buy it to play it on Xbox. I'm not going to sit there and wait 2 to 3 years to play a game that I'm actually anticipating and playing. It is what it is, bro. I told you, this is the era of timed exclusivity. Exclusivity don't matter anymore, man. Unless you're a Nintendo fan.
It's going to do their best to keep games off Xbox.
That is not true. That is not true, because if that was the case, then why is Marathon dropping on Xbox? Answer that.
I don't understand where the W is coming from. I mean, other than talking shit on the internet.
Well, that's exactly what you do. You do this every single day when you decide to upload a video, talk poorly about Xbox. And this is what happens when you don't talk about what's going on in your platform. You guys have the whole roadmap about what's Xbox. Like your brother said it right. You guys know exactly where Xbox is headed. But then you don't want to talk about where Sony's heading. And I'm sitting there telling you that they're both heading in the same direction. It is what it is, bro. Sony's only going to get there at a later date. Microsoft is, well, I mean, let's just say for this term, Microsoft is the rabbit and Sony's the turtle. They're slower when it comes to doing things. Microsoft is fast. It is what it is, bro. But they're all trying to finish the race, man.
And Sony kind of screwing up this gen, right?
Oh, so you admit that Sony's screwing up this gen. Thank you, Puerto Rock, for being honest.
Produce more first-party games, which I said this was going to result. I knew this was going to happen.
No,
right?
you didn't. No, you didn't. Because you was out here glazing 60 FPS PS4 remastered games. Bro, ain't nobody want to hear this, bro. You got caught with L's, bro. And that's all you continue to get is L's after L's. Hey, GameStop continues to be right time and time again.
I knew they're going to take single-player studios to try to do this bullshit, right?
This man looked like he about to cry.
Okay, so that was already a point I made, right? But nothing changes for you guys. Your shit still sucks. And
really? You're going to say that with a straight face that Xbox still sucks, bro? Come on, man. You can say, go ahead. Go as far to say that Xbox has been trash for the past 25 years, but you can't even go as far to say that with the Xbox 360. But to say that the Xbox still sucks when they have, because I can go through the list again, Avowed, Perfect Dark, South of Midnight, Gears E-Day, I think a new potential Halo game. They're going to probably have more likely a new Forza. I think like a Forza Horizon approach for that console. State of Decay 3, and you out here still saying Xbox sucks. Doom Dark Ages through Game Pass Ultimate, even though you guys have access to it, but nevertheless, you could play it through a subscription service, so you play it for far less, right? They had Stalker 2. I mean, what are we doing, guys, man? I mean, like I said, and I understand that not everybody's going to be a fan to every single one of these games, but to say that Xbox don't have games is asinine to me. Because at this point, now you guys are just being oblivious to the fact that Microsoft has provided their audience. And, oh, I'm sorry, in Indiana Jones Great Circle, a game that you'll be enjoying on PlayStation 5 6 months after the game's release on Xbox.
Might not have a console in the future.
Microsoft has already debunked that. Bro, what are you talking about? Microsoft might not have a console in the future. They just told y'all that they're going to have one. You see how PlayStation ponies like to lie about stuff? What are you lying about?
Was already a point I made, right?
What are you talking about?
But nothing changes for you guys. Your shit still sucks, and you might not have a console in the future.
Bro, Sony ain't gonna have a console either, bro. You're not seeing it, bro. And I think this is why PC gamers are laughing at you. Because y'all not seeing it, guys. Yes, Microsoft and Sony will continue consoles for as long as they can. But both of them, I'm telling you right now. Now remember, you're hearing it from my channel first. I don't want people like King David taking my credit. Microsoft and Sony are not going to have a console no more. Okay? That's why Microsoft is already in talks with third-party manufacturers about making hardware that they can continue to support on there. Sony, I'm telling you, Sony's not going to want to continue with the PS7, 8, and 9 if they can barely afford to do games now. What is the point of buying a PlayStation 8 if we're still playing games at subpar 1440p, not even 4K, bro? Come on, lower budget games. Like, you're not understanding, man. Gaming has outgrown the concept of hardware. Come on, man.
Your Xbox games going to PlayStation, and the crazy part
is... And your PlayStation games are going to PC. So, that doesn't disvalue the console.
Microsoft's all about pro enhancement. So those with the pro, like me, get better versions from the console.
So how much better version do you think you're going to get on the PS5 Pro off a game that's already 4K 120 on Xbox? Oh, it's 4K 121? Bro, the game is already maxed out. Like, I don't know, bro. At this point,
The only other people that get better versions is the people on PC, gamers on PC, who spend... Us PlayStation guys, we didn't hope Xbox fails. Well, at least most of us, I'm going to talk for myself. I didn't hope...
Bro, come on, bro. Now you're out here lying, bro.
Xbox failed.
You've been laughing at every single failure of Xbox to this point.
Was just the trajectory they did to themselves.
Just like Sony did this to themselves.
Spencer did that.
Jim Ryan did that.
Satya did that.
Yoshida did that.
They did that to themselves.
They did that to themselves.
Decision or fucked up.
Of every decision from Jim Ryan and Yoshida and Herman Hurst, they did that to themselves.
Decision they made, they were leading to a trail of Xbox failing. That's not my fault.
I mean, what are you talking about? Xbox failing? Xbox is still around. Even Sony, now mind you, Sony's not necessarily failing. They just need to come out with some software to get people on board with supporting their own titles. You guys buying an Xbox game is not helping the argument. If only helping Xbox's argument and money.
Sorry. It is what it is. I don't understand how this situation makes you Xbox gamers feel good when your shit is still trajectory to no more consoles for Xbox. That's the trajectory.
Well, as of right now, that's not the case because that's already been debunked.
The other guys don't see it. Oh well, but I don't understand.
Well, it's funny how you don't see Sony going in the same direction, considering that's all they do is copy Microsoft.
How Sony's bad plan, and it is a bad plan, makes you feel like you guys get a W. This doesn't help Xbox at all.
And this doesn't help PlayStation because now you guys 12 games that you can't be looking out for
at all, unless you think this is going to force Sony to start putting games on your console.
It is. I mean, they already have. Marathon was one prime example.
To put games on Series X or Sony.
I like how you're saying no and you're doing these gestures when, like I said, you can look it up. Marathon is a multi-platform game. Like, bro, you can't help these. Oh, but it's Bungie, though. But doesn't Sony own Bungie? You guys have lost it. You've lost it.
Just cut it out.
The coping.
Right? Cut it out, okay? PlayStation does need to course correct. And I think they are course correcting by these...
But how are they doing that if Marathon still exists?
Translations.
Because we already know that game's going to flop. I mean, let's just be honest, guys. We already know. We already know.
They realize this shit's not working, right? They're still probably going to
After canceling 12 games, Marathon, out of all of them, is the one that survived.
Live service, which I feel it's the ones they have to, like Bungie. Bungie's a live service studio, so they're going to do the Bungie live service, right?
That's not necessarily true, because Bungie has made a lot of, like, Marathon, Durando, and stuff like that. So I don't know what you're talking about, live service. I mean, yeah, if you want to talk about in regards to Destiny 2, that's fine. But at the same time, they're looking at Bungie because they're one of the like best founders of multiplayer with Halo. So that's why. But yet the talent's not there.
They got, the studio that does fair games. They were built for that, right?
Yeah, but it's also built with the Xbox in mind too. Too bad I don't want to play it.
Using their own first party, right, to keep doing live service, I think they're done with that. They're going to stick with their single-player studios to stay on single-player games, right? That's why they allowed Insomniac. Insomniac says, yep, we cut in the whole Spider-Man thing. Naughty Dog said, yep, we're cutting that off.
And there was no reason for that because those two games was probably the most promising.
Right? Now they shut down Blue Point's project. They shut down Sony Ben's project, right? And now they're going to work on new projects, which sucks because, like I said in the last video, we won't see anything from them this gen. At best, cross-gen game during the PS6.
Who called it? Game still with another W. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all that? So now we're going through another cross-generation. Bro, I'm tired of PlayStation, bro. Like, I mean, as a gamer that's been playing on PlayStation since the PS1, I am deeply disappointed in how these fanboys keep defending this notion, bro. Cross-gen after cross-gen. So you're telling me that when we get the PS6, we're going to be playing Intergalactic again? Like, bro, I'm done, bro. If this is not enough proof to show you guys that PlayStation is far from what they used to be, then I don't know what to tell you no more, bro.
Those two studios, right? Okay, that's it. But Sony's still working on third-party games, right? Lost
You heard that? Third-party games.
Size coming this year. Phantom Blade Zero on Tuesday is a gameplay deep dive. Ghost of Yotai, sequel to Ghost of Tsushima.
It's not. I don't even look like a sequel. It looks like its own game. It looks like a spin-off.
We got Intergalactic, brand new IP.
A sequel of a game would have had the main character.
From Naughty Dog.
Bro, it's over, bro.
Right. We also got Wolverine from Insomniac. Right. And then what studio we have left is Santa Monica with Cory Barlog's project. That's why he didn't direct God of War.
And that's more likely going to be a cross-gen game. You're looking at the perfect time, crying.
Ragnarok. It's because he's making his own
Let those tears out, Pony.
project. I hope that's not a live service game. That'll be a conversation for another day. But we'll see what we're going with. All right?
Wow.
You guys are bugging if you think you get a W out of this. There is no W. Okay? In fact, what's going to be funny...
And how are you trying to spin this as a W for PlayStation? Because if this is not a W for them, then clearly this ain't a W for y'all either.
You guys going to catch a heart attack, right?
You sure you ain't getting one?
Right? This is my prediction.
Uh-oh.
Microsoft's probably going to mention during the Developer Direct, more games coming to PlayStation.
And that's fine, because you PlayStation 5 owners need something to play, and this is the perfect time for Microsoft to capitalize on that, to get the value back into Xbox. See, what you're not understanding is that Microsoft is taking advantage of y'all. They're taking advantage of y'all at the worst predicament. So while Sony's trying to help build their own catalog, Microsoft said, you know what? Let's put our games, let the ponies fall in love with us, and then eventually they're going to be a part of our ecosystem, no matter what the platform. So Microsoft was right from the beginning. Everything is an Xbox. Because if you're going to sit there and tell me it's a PlayStation 5 and you're buying Xbox games, well, guess what? Then it ain't really a PS5. Just like Margin Vegeta. Is that really Vegeta, guys? Or is he being mind-controlled by Bobbity Phil Spencer? You know? He was being good, he went from being bad to being good, and now he's being evil again, talking about his PlayStation pride.
They're putting the games on PlayStation, they have to advertise it. They have to let the PlayStation gamers know what games is coming to PlayStation, so that way PlayStation gamers can buy it. So Microsoft have no choice but
buy it.
Games on PlayStation, they have to advertise it. They have to let the PlayStation gamers know what games is coming to PlayStation, so that way PlayStation gamers can buy it.
So you just admitted the problem with PlayStation. You see, you heard what you said. So they would rather buy Xbox games and third party even over your own titles. So you don't hear this about Nintendo. Matter of fact, I don't even see a lot of Xbox dudes do this. A lot of Xbox dudes don't really care about these PlayStation games like that. But we know you guys love Nintendo and you love Xbox. You love two companies of games that are not on your platform like that. I noticed that.
So Microsoft have no choice but to advertise the plan that they're doing. And that's going to piss you guys even further off.
Like I said, and I'm going to say it in this video, I have no problem with Xbox games going to PlayStation.
I don't understand how this...
Just like I don't have a problem with PlayStation 5 games going to PC.
Oh, you guys taking that as a W. And I don't understand how you PC guys are like upset, angry. I don't understand. For every game Sony cancels, that's one less day-and-day PlayStation games that goes onto your platform. Whether you guys...
Well, that's also one less game that's even on your platform because it's canceled for everybody.
Intend to play it, or you guys intend to use it to talk shit to PlayStation gamers. That, okay, I'll see that. That's upset. Because that's less day-and-day games that Sony did say they would do. You're not getting, which means, A, if you're a gamer, me looking at that, I can see maybe why you guys are upset. From that, you got less content on your channel when it comes to day-and-day PlayStation games, or if you actually want to play them, you got less because Sony canceled a whole lot of them.
Yeah, and also you don't have these games either, so I don't understand how you're acting as if this is some form of benefit to the PlayStation audience.
Okay, I can see that. Other than that, though, from an Xbox perspective, stop it, okay? Because your games are literally going to the PlayStation platform.
And what time? When are these games coming? When are they coming? Because at the end of the day, people want, like I said, PlayStation is Xbox game scraps, where they're eating the crumbs of Xbox games.
This whole Xbox is saving PlayStation, you should be embarrassed saying those words. Because what you're saying is Xbox cares more about saving PlayStation consoles
than PlayStation saving their own. You see how I worded it?
Then they care about saving your own console.
The funny thing is, I actually reversed it and said, "Hold on, let's rewind that. Let's do it."
Saying is, Xbox cares more about saving PlayStation consoles
than PlayStation saving their own, because PlayStation ain't saving their console.
Then they care about saving your own console.
Well, the funny thing is, Xbox dudes are eating good. These games come in day and date. Game Pass Ultimate, maybe they might drop on. We know PC day and date, and PlayStation whenever they choose to. At the end of the day, the plethora of games is good. So the output is amazing. So I don't see the problem with this, honestly. Oh, you play an old Halo Master Chief that you're going to pay full price for. Okay, and you're just giving that money to Microsoft. So like I said before, for every Xbox games that you guys support, a PlayStation game will die in its name. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, guys, if I'm such an Xbox fanboy, then explain as to why this PS5 controller is in my hand. Take care. Peace out.